Situated on Mount Parnassus, at about 2000 feet above sea level, Delphi is a quiet little village that lies around 120 kilometers from Athens. This tiny place consists of two main streets and a population of about 1000 people. According to Greek mythology, god Zeus wanted to find the center of the earth. So he sent two eagles, one each from the two extremities of the world. The place where they crossed their paths was Delphi. Since then, this place was considered the sacred center of the earth and the navel of goddess Gaia. It was also here that the son of Zeus, the god Apollo, established himself supreme by killing the wicked serpent Python who guarded this place. A temple for Apollo was dedicated here as early as 7th century BC. The innermost chambers of this temple was the seat of the high priestess Pythia, who in trance would prophesy the future through her oracles. These prophecies were so powerful that no decision on any important matter was taken by any ruler of the Greek states without consulting the oracle. Rulers of the city-states of Greece, the noblemen, as also commoners, made regular pilgrimage to Delphi to consult the priestess. Oracle of Delphi was so popular that it became the most important religious centers of that time. On the slopes above the temple of Apollo, a semicircular theatre was constructed with 35 rows that could seat 5,000 people, who gathered there to witness the recital of poetry, music, theatre, and other ceremonies that were held here during the festivals. As we go further uphill, we come to the stadium which could seat 6,500 spectators. The track of this stadium is 177 meters long and 25 meters wide. It was here that the Pythian Games, like the Olympic Games in Olympia, were held once every 4 years. These games were not only a competition for physical prowess and track and field events, but also poets, musicians competed here for victory in their events. Something like the Sangam in Pandyan Kingdom in South India. One of the most important events in these games was the chariot race. Along and underneath the holy site of Delphi flows the Castalian spring. The waters from this spring was used for ceremonial purification. Now its cool, refreshing waters are a boon for thirsty travelers. Like many of the ancient religious centers of Europe, Delphi also lost its importance after the fall of Greek Empire. It was overrun by new rulers. The monuments were ransacked and pillaged for their treasures, and the structures destroyed. The people of Delphi abandoned the place and moved further and founded new settlements. Delphi lay forgotten from 6th century AD. In the end of 19th century, French archaeologists excavated here and unearthed several artifacts from this site. Many of these finds are now exhibited in Delphi Museum. The most important find was in 1886 when the French diggers discovered a life-size bronze statue of Iniohos, he who holds the reins, meaning the Charioteer, which is now the prized exhibit in this museum of Delphi. This hollow bronze sculpture, 1.8 meters tall, was a votive offering by Polysalos, the military ruler or tyrant of the Greek colony of Gela in Sicily. He made this offering to Apollo to commemorate the victory of his brother in the chariot race in the Pythian Games held in Delphi in 474 or 478 BC. An inscription discovered near the statue mentions, "Polysalos dedicated me, make him prosper, honored Apollo." Iniohos was probably cast in Athens around the time Buddha was born. This is the only piece left of a group of sculptures that included 4 horses, 2 grooms and a chariot that he was standing on. As with the technique of that period, this hollow bronze statue was cast in pieces, in this case 7 pieces, and assembled together. When it was found, it was in 3 pieces with the left arm missing. The other statues in this group were probably looted and melted down for the metal value. Even this masterpiece would have been lost had it not been for an earthquake that buried it under the rocks in 373 BC. The Charioteer is depicted as he takes the victory lap around the stadium after winning the race. The valiant erect posture that radiates the self-confidence and control says it all. The style of art of this work can be classified as belonging to the early or severe phase of the classical period that immediately follows the archaic period. In the archaic period, the figures were depicted frontal, standing rigid, with arms extended stiffly close to the body, as we see in the depiction of Kauris, something like the way the Jain Tirthankaras are sculpted. Here the figure, although erect, is depicted more relaxed, with the feet a little apart and the body has a light twist to the right. The eyes are excellently crafted in glass and express the confident, serene gaze. The expression on his face, the calm control and the confident gaze expresses the self-restraint, the characteristic of a noble man. That was the hallmark of the figures of the classical period. Unlike the athletes of our time who jump, dance and shout for every little achievement they make, here our Iniohos is standing on his chariot calmly and nobly, soaking in his victory without any sign of exuberance. The tunic or the chiton that he wears is known as histis. It is a long piece of cloth that is worn pleated and held together by a broad belt high above the waist. 2 suspenders over the shoulders that cross over the back hold the pleated garment close to the upper body, so that it does not billow out in the wind when riding fast. The lower portion of histis is pleated vertically. These long vertical pleats reminds us of the flutings on the pillars of the Greek temples. The right arm that holds the reins is stretched out so lifelike, with fine details of fingernails as also the veins and folds, that is absolutely perfectly sculpted. Unfortunately, the left arm is missing. The headband around the curly hair is knotted so naturally and artistically behind the head. All in all, this masterpiece from 2500 years back is unrivaled in its conception and execution. As we leave the museum, we leave with a feeling of having had the fortune to see one of the most marvelous work of art of the ancient world.